if you are joining me live, I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there. Oh, it doesn't want that. Okay. Here we go. We're just going to go ahead and share these important things, my friend. So I am doing free readings today, as usual. I love to do free readings. I feel like it's just helpful and everybody needs them. So I will be doing free readings just as soon as I finish copying all of these things, because it's really important to me to do this. I take a lot of time to write the things that I do, and so I'm trying to share information with people. I'm trying to really get the word out and educate people, because there's so much of confusing and contradicting things that I'm really out just kind of to make magic honest, I guess. So I'm almost done sharing this here. Let's see. Just have a few more things. And boom. Okay. So this is all the important stuff. I feel like if everybody goes to the top of my feed, they'll be able to find all the important information, and there that is. Thank you so much, viewer, for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. If you're interested, now that I've finished filling that out, and thank you for giving me the ability to do so unhindered, I'd be happy to give you a reading. I am working today with the Psychic Oracle. So this deck is beautiful. I'm sorry, it's the Psychic Tarot, but it's an Oracle deck. First of all, let's look in the center of that. Some beautiful sacred geometry. I love it. This box just feels good. Like you can see the edges of it. It's very thick. It's very heavy duty. It's good stuff. The coloration is beautiful throughout. There aren't any sort of flaws in it. I ended up getting this in a trade for somebody, I think out of Fishers, Indiana or something. And it was really wonderful, because I've looked at this deck forever and never went for it. So why? Here we go. I'll show you some imagery. We'll start out that way. So this is spiritual strength. Okay. One reason why I really love this Oracle deck is because it features the chakra system. So not only do you get this full tarot deck sensation kind of thing. Now, keep in mind, this deck does not line up perfectly with the traditional tarot, okay? It is its own thing. It is an Oracle deck, but it's so close to a tarot deck that you can really use this interchangeably, and people don't tend to notice. As a professional caster and a professional healer, I spend a lot of time with tarot and in divination for people, trying to help people kind of figure out what it is that's going on for them and what's happening. So this deck is super helpful, because then I can begin to relate to a chakra. And if you know the chakra body system well, which all I'm talking about now, well, is completely a subjective thing, right? Because there's over 100 different chakra bodies isolated and identified within the human system, okay? If you think about just the base 7, which is what we're taught in Western society, and we really don't go much further because that's all we really tend to dabble in. But if you get into it, there's over 100 of them, okay? I think there's 114 plus their subtle bodies. So nuts. And I believe that goes way beyond that, depending on which pattern and following you go to. I think that it gets far more complex. Anyway, we know 7, right? There's 7 chakra bodies. And this allows us, if you have the brief knowledge of those 7 chakra bodies, to be at a place where you can kind of also begin to pick out their behavior, relate it to that chakra block or deficiency or excessiveness, because an imbalance can be like, oh, you got too much of the root chakra, you got too much of your throat chakra, or, oh, you're really struggling and we need to help you. Okay, there's like a teeter-totter effect, and all you're trying to do is just like maintain a balance so that you can speak when you need to and be effective, but you're not always, pedantically yelling at everybody. So there's a balance to be had, and I think that this deck really is wonderful because it allows us to kind of identify those areas. So, Lightning Spark 100. I have to tell you that I'm bad at reading the feeds. I'm trying to learn this. I'm relatively new to YouTube, so I'm kind of trying to train my brain to do this. Thank you so much for being patient. You've asked if you can ask a question, and I would love it if you would ask me a question. Lightning Spark 100. Go ahead and ask me a question. I am a pagan educator. I am a feral witch. I am a very friendly person. I want to know what you want to know, okay? Because I come from a place, I'm self-taught. Okay, I come from an ancestral line of witches and practitioners, and that's one thing, but I think that everybody has an innate ability, and it doesn't rely upon what your ancestors, forefathers, whatever you want to call them, those people, it doesn't matter what they did. It matters what you do here and now. So while I do have an ancestral line, I'm not so big about being like, oh, I'm a witch because I have this ancestral line. It's more like, yeah, that helps. But I'm mainly self-taught because even though my mom was practicing, she wasn't really accepted in it. And during the time, like anywhere from the fucking 50s to the 80s, like things weren't really accepted at all. We began to see a rise and a resurgence in witchcraft in the 90s, and you all have seen Charmed, like you all understand. You know what I mean? But before that, it wasn't necessarily an acceptable art or an acceptable practice. How does Evelyn feel about me at the moment? Thank you very much, Lightning Spark. We'll work on this. Let me finish my thought here, though. It wasn't really an acceptable practice at all. Again, if you guys are bored and kind of looking around waiting for me to give an answer or do a reading, if you can, like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me. Down there at the very bottom, you'll see I have 19, 20 subscribers, whatever right now, and it would help me if you guys would share my stuff and try to boost me up, okay? I have to get 500 people to become an affiliate. So that's what I'm trying to do, but I'm being honest about it, and I really am trying to help educate people, okay? So anyway, let's just go ahead and move to that. Solitude. Evelyn is not sure how to feel about you at the moment. She's thinking about you. She's taking the time to try and look back on you guys' interactions and try to figure out what's the truth in the situation. Because Evelyn's been in a place where she's trying to change. She's been in a place of metamorphosis. So she is totally moving from this stage where she wasn't embodying herself. She wasn't, she gave too much of herself to somebody, or she wasn't good about things. I love Tarot. Hello, welcome again. Thank you so much. We saw you last night. I'm glad to see you again. Welcome. You absolutely may, but I'm going to go ahead and finish with Lightning Spark here because it's important here that we talk about Evelyn's transformation. And it's interesting because she is very much experiencing a catharsis. She's in the middle of Stella got her groove back, doing well, things are going okay for her because she's surmounting a loss. So I don't know if this was a previous grief or if she feels like she's getting over something, but she's trying to embody herself. And so for that reason, she's doing this self-protective stuff and kind of wondering and thinking about you. Yeah, I'm not sure why she's been quiet. let me ask this. I Loves Tarot, go ahead and send me the question. I'm trying to pay attention to the feed tonight. You watched me last night. You know I didn't pay attention to the feed. So I'm trying really hard to pay attention to the feed this time. Anyway, but to continue this, why has Evelyn been quiet, I guess is a question. Okay. Yeah, so she is waiting on an answer. We got patience and planning here, and we also got wisdom. Okay, so what that tells me is that she has a suspicion about something. She's waiting for confirmation. She's only ignoring me and still talking to other friends. Yeah. She's waiting on you to hang yourself, or she's waiting to have some sort of like formal confirmation of what your friends have said. She's not willing to directly approach you, but I bet that something's been said about you, or somebody, something fucky is going on. And that's what it is. Like, she's sitting back. This is about this patience. That goes back to the solitude card that we drew before. And that talks about like this time where you are kind of sitting back and checking somebody out and looking at them and being like, okay, there's definitely a reason for this silence. And if you haven't already contacted Evelyn, it might be prudent for you to try to do so, but make sure that you approach in a positive way, okay? You don't want to be like, Evelyn, you fucking bitch. Okay, don't do that. Do not do that. What you could do is be like, hey, I've noticed that you're not really talking to me lately. I've talked to our friends and you're talking to them. I'm feeling a little lonely and I feel like our relationship is rocky. Do you want to talk about it? Like, just approach Evelyn in that way. If Evelyn's going to do one of three things, okay? Number one, yes, absolutely, Lana, I see you. And I Loves Tarot, I see your question as well. I see you guys. I'm just finishing up here with Lightning Spark, okay? It's really important because I don't want to contact because she hasn't even responded, so rather I wait. Just curious why. It's because she has heard something. Evelyn has heard something. She, like, something is fucky. And so she's waiting on you. Like, she's observing you. And she's probably being fed by a friend. I'm hearing that. I'm, like, feeling that right now. Guys, I do intuitive tarot. So I don't bill myself as a psychic, but I have thoughts and feelings now and then. And this is one of those that's, like, it's right there up my face. Evelyn has a good friend, and her good friend is like this snarky bitch. And this snarky bitch is a person who is talking about you. I don't know why this person doesn't want you to talk to them, Lightning Spark 100, but I really feel like there's something to that. Do you know possibly who this person is? Thank you guys, everybody, so much who's continuing to watch this feed. I promise I can see your questions. I Loves Tarot, and we have Lana on deck as well, okay? As far as questions go, I'm really just trying to help Lightning Sparks here. And if you guys have any ideas, if you guys are getting any messages, I want that in the feed as well, okay? Every one of you has an innate ability, and I can feel it now. Y'all are sending it. Oh my God, it's amazing. Yes, I recognize you. I can see your lights. I can see your lights. Yes. Just champagne bubbles all over me. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, look, we can send that to these people in need, okay? We can send these people who have questions. I'm going to cry. Whew, that's a lot of energy. Okay. Thank you, guys. That is intense and crazy. Okay. I got to send that out now because I have to focus. So a really great grounding exercise. I want to share that. I feel like this is a great time to share that because I need to do that right now. Okay. My friend Starlight, if you check out, you should get on Facebook and you should Google, get on Facebook and Google. You should get on Facebook and you should search for Starlight Medicine Woman. Okay. She is an amazing healer in my area. She's a good friend of mine. And she has recently posted a video about a video from a friend about this tapping technique. So if you guys have anxiety, if you guys have trouble with like grounding or any form of concentration, if you have problems with processing energy, so you are the person who goes into a crowded room and you're like, well, I don't know that I really want to be here right now. This tapping technique can change your world. So this is based upon something called EMDR. It's eye movement desensitization. Okay. So desensitization. Sorry. So what it is your eyes are moving in the basis of this therapy. Your eyes are moving back and forth, and this is causing your brain to basically break up the regular bridges that it has when you think about these traumatic things. Okay. It's literally causing your brain to do different stuff while you think about this negative thing. Well, I ended up having the boon of a counselor who was blind, completely blind. I love this woman, and I cannot explain to you the benefits of having a counselor, my counselor especially, but I really do believe any other counselors who have like a sensory disability. And let me tell you why, okay? I thought initially that maybe I was crazy going to a blind lady, quote unquote. But the thing that I didn't understand is that my therapist wasn't writing anything. Nothing. She put nothing on a piece of paper. I was able to just talk, and there was like no, that's interesting. Or, oh, you don't say. Go ahead, keep on talking to me. Keep on talking to me. There was none of that. It was liberating. I could have a conversation with someone who would just sit there towards me, listen to me, think about the things that I was saying, give me the space to say them, and then not only did she help me cognitively dissect the issues in my life, but she also gave me this awesome tapping method. So I'm going to share that grounding exercise with you guys right now. So if you guys have problems with anxiety like I do, here's something that you can do that's super easy, okay? Number one, you have to designate a safe space. So I want you to think about a place or a time in your life, any time in your life, and it really doesn't matter which one it is, okay? Think about a time or a space where you felt safe, super safe, okay? I know people who have chosen the first time that they went to the ocean. I know people who choose their bedroom. I know people who have chosen a hug. I know people who have chosen a mountaintop where they were completely by themselves, okay? It doesn't matter what your safe space is. It's just that you can think of one, okay? So you have to designate one. So if you're interested in starting this exercise with me, go ahead, take a little bit of time, think about that one place that you want to be. If you want to hear about my safe space, okay, my safe space is none of the above. My safe space is this time when I was alteredly conscious and I looked up, and in the sky there was nothing but perfectly blue sky with perfectly white clouds. There was nothing but blue sky and white clouds, and I looked up and I knew and I felt like you have to take this in. You have to take this in. You have to feel this. You have to know this. You have to remember this. And I intentionally looked at this most beautiful thing and I went, mental picture, just as easy as that. And I looked up again, mental picture. Okay, and I did that a couple of times, and I really got this beautiful image in my head. And throughout the next coming weeks, I continued to think about that. While I was thinking about that, I continued to look up at the sky, and no, the pattern of the sky was not the same. Sure, we had some rainy days. I was in Washington State at the time, so of course we had some rainy days. But I digress. It didn't matter. I was still like focusing on the sky. Okay, this became a safe space for me. Yes, Lana and I Love Sarah, I'm right here. Okay, I promise. It became a safe space for me. And so that's the one that I imagine. You guys think about your own safe space, okay? Then, when you're feeling anxious, okay, you find a place where you can sit or you can lie down, you can relax, whatever it is that you got to do. Lock yourself in the fucking bathroom if you have to, okay? And then just begin this. I can go to my safe space. 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 Okay? This is a form of active meditation, but it's also allowing you to take the current emotion of the moment to break up the neurons, the neural bridges that have been built, like, oh shit, here, let's take the highway to anxiety instead of, hey, let's take the back road to meditative thought and positive thinking, okay? It's helping to break that up, all right? It's a very easy thing that you can do. You don't have to do this in such a visual way, right? Because you may be like, oh shit, I'm at a restaurant, but what does this really do for me? Okay, this is awesome. You can also do it as snapping, but you need to make sure that you're crossing your arms, okay? Because it's about this cross-body experience that's allowing you to kind of change things. You can also try to move your hands in alternate motions. And if you can master that, you will find that you have a break in your current mental connections, and that will help you in breaking up those vibrations. Okay. Here we go. Let's move on. Sorry, guys, I've talked so long. I Love Sarah O'Merrill. Let's see. What do you see happening between me and Jay Perez, Scorpio, this month of March? So you're looking for like the next 45 days. All right. I Love Sarah and Jay Perez. Thank you guys for your patience. I appreciate it. Okay, got it. Memories of love inverted. So this suggests that you guys are not going to be able to reconcile the things that you guys once had. There's going to be a deep desire to find reconciliation and to find a place where you guys feel good about the things that are going on. That, however, I feel is one-sided. You need to know that there's hope, though. But I think that the hope not necessarily represents Jay Perez. It's about the fact that you have got to get off of your haunches. You're going to find a break in your obstacles and challenges. You're about to be presented with an opportunity. It's important that you follow that opportunity instead of worrying about what's going to happen. That is going to lead to a break in your discontent and boredom. I think that what this is talking about is that you are going to have a new direction that is calling to you, and you need to begin to follow that, and you need to begin to follow that quickly, because the situation with Perez is one that is kind of reliant upon how you're acting, okay? I think that let me pull an oracle card here, dear. For anybody who's wondering, I'm using the Work Your Light Oracle. You guys can find it on Amazon or other sites. eBay has copies of it. I'm not really sure. It's really great, though, because if you're looking for a really positive oracle, this is a good one. So can I have some guidance? I love tarot. Yeah. The answer that you're looking for, the answer to the question that you're asking and not asking is no. I don't like to be a negative reader, but when the Oracle, out of this entire deck, there's only one card that says no. When that card comes out, I'm going to share it always. So whatever that ultimate question is that you have in mind, whether you've related it clearly or whether you have something behind that maybe you haven't quite shared, the answer to your ultimate question there is no. I'm sorry to say that, but that's true. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Okay, Lana, if you are still watching, I hope that you're still watching. Please, please, please. Okay, you are there. Okay. Are you, Lana? Would me and Jay Perez be long-term? No. No, dear, you're meant for more. Far more than that. Lana, I'm going to have to go. Hopefully catch you later. Lana, are you still here? Please, if you are, message me here in the comments. I promise I'm paying attention to the comments. Deadmere, I see you as well. Hello. Lightning Spark. Okay, so her friend Maria. So Lightning Spark, I really suggest that you go talk to Maria. Don't accuse Maria of anything, but just be like, hey, we're friends. She's not talking to me. Do you know what's up? And if she acts hinky, and you know what I mean, if she acts funky, if she's like, oh, no, wow, well, no. You know something's up, okay? Do whatever you have to do to find out the truth. But if she acts weird when you talk to her about it, instead of being like, oh, yeah, homie, I got your back, everything's okay, you have to do something about that friend situation, okay? So definitely, instead of worrying about the girlfriend who doesn't want to talk to you, go talk to Maria. Okay. I have this down arrow. Come on. Feed, let me go. All right, Deadmere. Yep. Okay. So Lana, I think, has left. If you smoke a cigarette too, yes, please do. Deadmere, if you are still my viewer here, please go ahead and ask me your question, or whoever is my viewer. I'm happy to go ahead and answer a question. I do have my cards at the ready. Hello, new viewers. I really appreciate you guys joining in. Please understand that I am more than happy to do readings. I have my cards out. We're kind of hanging out here. So go ahead and ask questions. I'm going to be doing a reading for Deadmere. Understand that I'm really doing good readings. I really am trying to do some thorough readings, so it may be a little bit of time in between your reading, but I promise that I'm watching the comment section. Also, again, because you guys are new, if you can like and subscribe my feed, I would super appreciate it, because it helps me build a viewership. Also, excuse me, I have included a whole list of the links. I do a lot of educational content, so if you're interested in anything else that I do, I'm also a professional spellcaster. Check all the way to the top of these comments feed, and that will give you the information as far as my links and all that. Okay? Phantom Punk, I see you. Hello. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate it. All right, Deadmere, we're going to you. Does Ryan have feelings for me? Absolutely. We had an interjection from the cigarette god. Okay, sweetheart. I love you too. Okay. Let's see. Does Ryan have feelings for me? Deadmere, does Ryan have feelings for me? Deadmere, does Ryan have feelings for me? Does Ryan have feelings for me? Deadmere, does Ryan have feelings for me? Deadmere, does Ryan have feelings for me? The card I got is balance. Oops. Interesting. This card represents like not knowing how one feels. Having a balance, like, I think that he's interested in you, but I think that there's something else that's telling him that he shouldn't be interested in you. Does that make sense? If it does, go ahead and message me. I can answer some more questions about it. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to Phantom Punk. Happy. Thank you guys so much. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. All right. So then let's ask another question. Let's see. Let's ask, what is blocking Ryan? How about that? What is blocking Ryan? Has Ryan been pulling away? I need to know, because if he has been, then the rest of this reading is legit. Dead Mirror, has Ryan been pulling away? Not from you? Okay. Well, I think that he's experiencing some sort of block, like spiritual block. He's feeling unfulfilled, and it's due to a problem in his root chakra. So this is like childhood or like the beginning feelings of security. He's very concerned with having success and being successful and like being a successful man. But he's having to wait. There's something that's waiting. There's something like patience. There's something that like he's waiting for. He's waiting to come to him. And it's there, but he's not speaking up about it. So I don't know if you guys haven't talked in a while. Yeah, you guys don't talk. So it may be that he's in a place where like he could be doing well, but he's really not speaking up about things. And as far as like having feelings for you, I think that it's more that he's trying to follow this spiritual pursuit. And maybe he doesn't really have too many feelings just about anybody. He may even be keeping a relationship that's not fulfilling to him. I see that we have a new viewer. Thank you guys so much. If you guys can, like and subscribe. It really helps me to build my viewership base. I'm hoping to bring some educational content to people. New beginnings. He feels like there's a renewal that's possible for you. He's looking at things, but again, he's looking at things from like this objective viewpoint of like, how can this benefit me? How can I get better from this? You know, what is this going to do for me? So it's really a point where you have to wonder, is this person out for my best good? Is this person out for my highest good? Is this person truly what it is that I deserve? You know what I mean? Yeah, I understand. They do that. They be creeping, right? Dead Mirror, you know what I mean? Seriously, they get on there and it's like, I don't know, liking all my stuff. And I don't know if you're drunk and liking all my stuff or if you're just that dumb, but I can definitely see that you're creeping. Trust your path. You know the truth about the situation anyway, so you need to trust your gut. You drink too much. I'm telling you. Yeah, and then they be doing crazy shit. You know what I'm talking about. Like, you get on there and they fucking write some shit. What are you even talking about? Or they just start sending emojis. You ever had that happen when motherfucker gets drunk, he gets on your feed and he's like, heart this, love eyeball that, heart this. Like all the way down your post, and you can tell that he's just straight creeping on your feed, just going through your fucking page like, yep, I like that, yep, I like that, trying to holler at you, but like in a soft kind of way. Yeah, it's fucked up. They're like that, for real. Okay, Phantom Punk. Hey, let's go ahead and do your reading. Yeah, Dead Mirror is straight on. Like, you know the truth about the situation anyway, so just keep following your gut, okay? All right. May I have a reading on what to expect in the near future? I'm a Gemini male. All right, Phantom Punk 007. Got you. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope that your feed doesn't collapse on us. Let's get you a reading now, okay? You are strong as shit. Like, you've been here for a while and you keep sending me stuff and I can feel your connection. I don't know if you do work yourself, but I have a feeling that you do. Solar plexus chakra, and that makes sense. This is a person who pushes their will. This is a person who has high personal energy and power. Ooh, we had a burst. Okay. So when this happens, what I do is I pick up all the cards that are face down. That becomes your reading. And then the cards that are face up, we just call wonky. Okay. And I had a significant drop. So I have a signifier for you. Recognition and reward. And here's your drop. Phantom. What's coming up for you in the near future? Okay. Awesome. I'm glad that you read tarot. This is wonderful. What you should know about this deck, if you're interested, I'm using the Psychic Tarot. Okay. So go ahead and Google it. Find out what you're looking for. It's John Holland who made this. Okay. Go ahead and look that up. Take your time. Get on your Google, whatever you need to do, because here's your reading. There are choices to be made. You're in active avoidance, but you're working to not let that hinder you. Your intuition is strong as fuck. You've been on a path of healing for a long ass time. You're finding difficulty keeping the balance of that light. So what I see here through this reading is that what you're looking at in the coming months. Hi, Nabrisha. I appreciate your comment there. Makes me happy. So what I'm looking at, I believe, is, again, the commonality of the oracle to kind of tell us our situation. So, again, I think that this is just kind of a setup of your situation where you have a lot of opportunities, but because you're bearing this emotional loss, you're working to try and heal that and to pull yourself out of that. And yet, because of this sense of grief, shame, guilt, whatever negativity it may be, you're feeling it difficult to truly and fully embody your light. So, got a drop for you. Meditation. If you're not already active in meditation, it's time for you to start that. There is a lot of neural reprogramming and reprocessing that happens when a person does meditation. If you go to NIH.gov, National Institutes of Health, and you go under their search bar and you type in meditation, you are going to find thousands of studies that attribute brain boosting to meditation. Okay. You can really truly change the shape of your brain. You can also change your responses with relatively to your brain. So you can control your anxiety. You can control your depression. You can control these things to some degree. Now, granted, there are people who can't. Okay. Not telling anybody to get off their medications, not advocating anything like that at all. But a lot of us can significantly alleviate and reduce our anxiety just by the act of simple meditation. So if you're looking to heal some wounds, Phantom Punk, I so really recommend that you begin doing meditation. Also, it's important that you're making sure that you're connecting in with your partner. I don't know if you have a partner like a romantic partner or something in your life, or if maybe you have a friend group that you're not connecting with. Whatever it may be, it's important to maintain those partnerships. You may not feel all the time that those people want to be around you or that they care or that they're whatever, but they do, okay? It's really important to understand that. Also know that you are in a period of transformation. This means that like things are changing for you, and that's why you're single at the moment, okay? You are evolving into this next stage where you are becoming the higher self than you are currently. We are constantly healing. We are constantly evolving. Again, everybody, hello, new subscribers. If you can, go ahead, like and subscribe. We are constantly evolving, Phantom. So when we're doing that, each time we're embodying a new partner, we're embodying a new mindset, we're embodying a new law, if you will. So as you're changing, understand that it's okay that you're single, and to a period where you're feeling kind of settled and you've got things more figured out directly, then you're going to be able to invite that partner into your life. Okay? All right. Can I ask one question more? But you keep in touch with others. Okay. So if you keep in touch with others, and what I see here is partnerships and alliances. This is this card. So this card can have to do with like having oversight or taking the advice from people. So if you are keeping in contact with those people, then maybe it's a good idea that you check in with them and just kind of tell people how you're feeling and see what people's opinions are then. Yes, dead mirror, please, by all means, go ahead and ask another question. And anybody else who's on this feed, if you guys are interested, again, please like and subscribe if you can. That helps me. But also, go ahead and ask your question down here in the feed. I'm happy to answer as many questions as I can. I am doing live readings, so don't hesitate. So while we're doing that, I thought that we could talk about the ritual use of coffee in Magick. I am a professional spellcaster, so if you guys don't know, absolutely. No problem, dealer. Please subscribe if you haven't already, but you told me that you did, so thank you. And next time that I come online, make sure that you check me out. I will be doing free readings and some more educational content, okay? So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and plug my website. I am a magic spellcaster, and I am a full-service witch. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that not only do I cast magic spells, I also do tarot divinations and I do energy healings. I do all the things. You need customized spell work. Everything that I do is customized already, so I'm happy to work with you. So if you're interested, go ahead and check out my website. Otherwise, let's move on to some more free readings. Let's see. I did do a spell. You did do a spell. Awesome. Okay. So what is your question that you'd like to ask here, Dead Mirror? And anybody else who's still watching, please feel free to go ahead and... Jessica, I almost missed your comment there. Hello, Jessica. Wonderful. So glad to see you. If you guys have a question... Thank you. So Jessica, you can see in the comments there, she purchased one of my candle sets. I do make personalized handcrafted candle sets. So I have a number of designs, and I'm currently working on my True Goddess line, which I'm looking to highlight all of the African and all of the Yoruba goddesses. So like I'm really looking to promote Black culture. I'm really looking to promote Black history in a way that brings these beautiful goddesses' truth to the forefront, okay? Because so much of Black history has been demolished by life, by white people, by Catholicism, by everything, okay? Just pillaged, okay? And I feel like the truth about these goddesses and the best way to honor these goddesses is in their truest form, and that is in their Black form. So I'm working to design this line. I'm super excited about it. I also have my my bangers line. So what I mean by that is I do magic spells. If you go onto my website, you check out that findyourdivinity.com, it'll take you straight to my spell casting. A lot of those listings have pictures of the vellums that I use. So I design all the vellums. They're basic. And then I take your personalized stuff, like whatever it is that you need help with. I put it onto your vellum. I completely personalize it. You end up with photographic proof. Like if you guys have ever brought spell work before, if you've ever been interested in anything like that before, a lot of times when you buy a spell, people just like text you something. I don't do that. You get a full-on like top-down shot of your entire vellum, and then you get a picture of your spell at work along with a personalized message. And a lot of times I include a visualization or a link to a meditation that I think would be helpful for you to boost your spell work, okay? I am legit. Other people are full of shit. And that's also why if you go to my website, findyourdivinity.com, you'll see a link up there at the top that says report a fake spellcaster. If you check out the rest of my videos, straight up, I am out to get the fakes. That's just how it is. I'm out to get the fakes. I'm looking for reports for people who have had experience with spellcasters, who have led and drugged them on and stole from them and been abusive and been fucking terrible. Okay, so if you're interested in anything like that, please check out my website. It would really help me if I could get a couple of leads and start to get to work on that. Okay, should you walk away from SK? I got it. Oh, I asked that question, then one fell out. Hope. So Jessica, do you have... Okay, so Dead Mirror question, are you meaning that you're working with Sufism or other Arabic witchcraft? I'm interested. Okay, Jessica, do you feel like there's hope in the situation? Is my question. Because I feel like you already know the answer. If you feel like there's hope in the situation, you should continue to pursue it. If you feel like there's not, then you shouldn't. And I had 2 oracle cards fall for you. The first one, again, is the answer no. It says wait, postpone, pause, and say no. The other card that I drew for you is share your voice. Come out of the cave, persecution, expression. So it's important for you, while you're vetting out this process, while you're wondering about SK and you're like, should we be together? Should we not? What's going on here? Okay. While you're trying to figure this out, that you're asking those questions, that you're speaking up for yourself, that you're not like just sitting back idly and being like, oh, I wonder. No, you need to make sure that every goddamn thing that you say is law. You need to make sure that you are thoroughly vetting this person and asking the questions that you need to, because ultimately you are not going to remain in a perfect divine union unless you are with someone who's willing to recognize your own divinity. Okay? The person that you're with, the person that you're meant to be with, is going to represent you, to recognize you, and want to present you. Okay? Continued arguments, continued like, oh, I'm here, oh, I'm gone, oh, I'm here, oh, I'm gone. That's not a sign of devotion. You are truly a goddess, Jessica, and you deserve nothing less than the ultimate in devotion. All right, everybody, let's see. You're working with Jen. Interesting. Very interesting. Glad to hear that, Admira. Better stay on your good side. Catch you later. Yeah, thanks, everybody. So we have 7 viewers now, guys. If you are here, thank you so much for joining me. Please feel free to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It helps me to build up my viewership. Also, it helps others to learn about me. Now, we are at a point where I don't really have a lot of questions right now. I'm waiting on some more questions. Hey, Jessica, thank you so much. Jessica is a frequent flyer to my feed. She is super wonderful. I love reading for her. She's a wonderfully positive person, and she asks great questions. So if you guys have a question, please go ahead and enter that into the live chat here. I do have my cards here. And again, I thought that we could talk about the use of coffee and magic. So if you guys will go ahead and check out